Welcome to my channel. Today, I'm sharing the inspiring story of Daniel Carter, a man who had no money, no connections, and no clear path, yet built an incredible life from absolutely nothing. Born in a small town with limited opportunities, Daniel faced endless struggles, working odd jobs, sleeping in cramped rooms, and often going hungry. But instead of giving up, he turned every obstacle into fuel for his dreams. Through sheer determination, smart choices, and relentless hard work, he transformed his life into a story of triumph that will inspire you to push past your own limits. Daniel Carter grew up in a forgotten corner of the country, in a town where dreams were small and opportunities even smaller. His childhood home was a tiny, weathered house with peeling paint, creaky floors, and a roof that leaked every time it rained. His parents worked tirelessly, his father in a small mechanic's garage and his mother cleaning houses. Yet they still struggled to make ends meet. From an early age, Daniel knew what it meant to go without. Without new clothes, without decent meals, and without the luxury of dreaming too big. In school, he was the quiet kid in the back, wearing hand-me-down shirts and shoes 2 sizes too small. Teachers rarely noticed him, and classmates often underestimated him. But Daniel had a secret. Deep inside, he carried a burning determination to make something of his life, even if he didn't know how. At 16, he got his first job washing dishes at a local diner. The pay was low, the hours were long, and the work was exhausting, but Daniel didn't complain. He saved every penny he could, learning early on the value of patience and discipline. When his friends spent their weekends partying or relaxing, he was working extra shifts or reading books he borrowed from the small public library. These weren't just any books. Daniel gravitated toward biographies of people who had risen from nothing. Inventors, entrepreneurs, leaders who had turned adversity into strength. He studied their stories, looking for patterns, searching for lessons he could apply to his own life. Even though his future seemed uncertain, Daniel refused to believe that his current situation was permanent. He clung to the belief that one day his hard work would lead him somewhere better, even if the road ahead was unclear. By the time Daniel turned 18, life's challenges had only intensified. His father fell ill, forcing Daniel to take on more responsibility at home. College, once a distant hope, was no longer an option. Instead, he took a job at a local hardware store, stocking shelves and managing inventory for minimal pay. The job was grueling and monotonous, but Daniel approached it with the same determination that had carried him through his teenage years. Every evening, after a long day's work, he returned to the cramped apartment he shared with his family, where he dedicated hours to self-education. Without access to expensive courses or formal training, Daniel scoured the internet for free resources. He watched tutorials on marketing, sales, and entrepreneurship, devouring every piece of information he could find. It was during these late nights that Daniel discovered the power of digital freelancing, a way to leverage skills online and earn income beyond his physical location. Inspired, he began practicing graphic design and digital marketing, using the public library's computers since he couldn't afford his own. His early attempts were fraught with mistakes, missed deadlines, and clients who refused to pay. But Daniel viewed each failure as a stepping stone. His perseverance led to small wins, a completed logo here, a social media post there. These projects slowly built his confidence and portfolio. Word of mouth started to spread as Daniel's work improved. He saved enough money to buy a second-hand laptop, which became his gateway to a new world. From that moment, he was no longer just a hardware store employee. He was a freelancer, entrepreneur, and self-made learner. The journey was far from easy. There were nights of doubt, exhaustion, and frustration. But Daniel's belief in a better future fueled his every effort. He embraced discomfort and uncertainty, knowing that growth lived on the other side of struggle. As Daniel's freelancing work grew, so did his ambition. No longer content with small gigs, he set his sights on building a digital marketing agency that could serve clients worldwide. He knew this would require more skills, better systems, and, most importantly, a team. To prepare, Daniel invested time and the little money he had into advanced courses on marketing strategy, copywriting, and client management. Networking became a priority. 2. He attended local meetups, connected with industry experts online, and sought mentors who could guide him. Slowly but surely, Daniel's reputation began to spread beyond his city. He landed contracts with startups, small businesses, and entrepreneurs eager for help in growing their online presence. His agency's early days were lean. Often he wore multiple hats, from project manager to content creator to customer support. Sleep was scarce and stress was constant, but Daniel thrived on the challenge. Every successful campaign brought new clients and more revenue. More importantly, it brought proof that he could compete on a bigger stage. Alongside business growth, Daniel focused on building a company culture grounded in empathy, integrity, and continuous learning. He hired people who shared his vision and hunger, providing opportunities to those who, like him, had once faced hardship and limited prospects. Daniel's agency wasn't just about profit. It was about creating a community of growth, resilience, and mutual support. Yet, even as his business flourished, Daniel remained humble. He continued to mentor aspiring freelancers, sharing his story to inspire others who felt trapped by their circumstances. He frequently returned to the neighborhood where he grew up, hosting workshops and speaking at community centers. For Daniel, success was never just about personal gain. It was about lifting others as he climbed. His journey transformed from struggle to survive into a mission to empower. He often said, "If my story helps even one person believe they can change their life, it's all worth it." By the time Daniel's agency reached its 5th year, he had achieved what once seemed impossible. His small startup had evolved into a thriving business serving clients across multiple countries, employing a dedicated team and generating a steady income that far exceeded his early dreams. Yet, Daniel's success wasn't defined by financial milestones alone. It was marked by the profound shift in his mindset and lifestyle. Where once he lived with constant fear and uncertainty, he now moved with confidence and clarity. His days were filled with purposeful work, meaningful connections, and a deep sense of fulfillment. Despite the success, Daniel never lost sight of the challenges he faced on the road to this point. He remembered the long nights in the library, the exhaustion from juggling multiple jobs, and the sting of rejection that threatened to break his spirit. But those hardships became his greatest teachers. Daniel cultivated resilience, the ability to bounce back stronger after every setback. He also learned the importance of balance, realizing that true success included health, relationships, and personal growth alongside business achievements. To maintain this balance, Daniel adopted habits such as daily meditation, regular exercise, and dedicated time for family and friends. These practices not only improved his well-being, but also enhanced his productivity and creativity. Daniel's journey taught him that success is not a destination, but a continuous process of growth, learning, and adaptation. He became passionate about sharing this perspective with others, emphasizing that setbacks are natural and persistence is the key to long-term achievement. His story continued to inspire many who struggled to believe in their potential, showing that with faith and effort, anyone could rewrite their future. Today, Daniel Carter stands as a beacon of hope and proof that anyone, regardless of their starting point, can achieve remarkable success. His story is not just about business growth or financial gain. It is about transformation, resilience, and the power of relentless belief. Daniel often reflects on the boy he once was, who left home with just $40 and a dream, and marvels at the journey that followed. But he knows that what truly made the difference was his refusal to quit when faced with adversity. Daniel's message to everyone watching is simple but powerful. Your circumstances do not define your destiny. Every small step forward, every failure learned from, and every moment you choose to keep going adds up to something greater than you can imagine. Success is not about luck or privilege. It's about showing up consistently, embracing challenges, and being willing to grow. He encourages everyone to find their own path, to believe in their potential even when the world doubts them, and to take action every day toward their dreams. Daniel's life now revolves around helping others achieve similar breakthroughs through mentorship, workshops, and community support. He knows firsthand that a helping hand and a word of encouragement can change a life. So as you hear his story, remember that you are capable of building your own success from nothing. It starts with one decision, one action, and one refusal to give up. Thank you for joining me today. If Daniel's journey inspired you, please like, share, and subscribe for more stories that prove success is within everyone's reach. Daniel Carter's journey proves that success doesn't require wealth, privilege, or luck. It requires belief, consistency, and the courage to start with whatever you have. From sleeping on floors to running his own thriving business, he built his dream piece by piece, day by day. If his story teaches us anything, it's that your starting point doesn't define your ending. You can create your own path, no matter where you are right now. Thank you for watching. If this inspired you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more stories that light the fire within you.